So another cool thing about this little ass lens is that when I set up with this camera, your camera might have this too, it might not, but on my camera, I have crop mode. So it's be like the times 1x looking button. So basically it's gonna multiply whatever lens you got on by 1.6. So it makes your 28 millimeter a 44.8 millimeter. So that's pretty chill for travel. And in case if you're curious, maybe you have like a 24 to 70. So 70 times 1.6, it becomes 112 millimeters. So that's pretty chill. Only con is it will make your photos like a little smaller, but if you're just using it for like social media, that should be like really chill, like still. And also you could upscale it generatively with or without AI, I believe. More bang for your buck, more space in your bag, especially if you're going someplace really cool where you want to buy all the stuff. So I super highly recommend bringing one lens or just a couple lenses to your next trip. I find the less things I bring, the more fun I have. And if I bring the most amount of stuff, I'm really only using like 1-2 setups. Yeah, so that's how I try to pack light, especially on vacation, so you enjoy your vacation. Especially if you're traveling someplace new that you might not visit ever again, or at least again in a long time. Yo, what's up artsy people? So this might be the best underrated travel lens, and I'll tell you why, especially for the money at $200-300. So starting off with the cons, so we end off on a good note. It looks pretty shitty, not gonna lie. Like this does not look like a professional lens, so I would definitely consider a filter. And then it just looks way better. This looks like a cool lens. And then I don't recommend this lens for like video selfies, just because you're gonna have to be really close up. Yeah, like here's the video at 28 millimeters. So if you're taking a video selfie, you gotta be like really close. So this is an f2.8 lens. A lot of beginner photographers, you might hear 2.8 and might think that you're gonna get a blurry background, nice bokeh. That's kind of true, but this lens does have a minimum focusing distance of 9.1 inches. So if you're that close, everything past that is gonna be out of focus and it's gonna look pretty cool. This isn't gonna get you super heavy bokeh shots like you would on an 85, 135 millimeter, 2.8, but you're gonna get some decent bokeh, just not all the time. Like, so if you want everything in focus, this is a great lens. If you sometimes want things out of focus, it'll do that. Like if you're in a tequila field in Mexico, you can get some pretty cool bokeh shots. If you're shooting a bigger subject like a car, everything might be in focus unless you have like some interesting foreground. But it is super light. That's marketing for super plasticky. But it does have a metal mount, so it's got some beef to it, nice texture, and it really shouldn't tire you out. Yeah, it's such a great travel lens. Plus, if you're traveling, you might want everything in focus anyway. If you pair this with something like an R6, what I'm recording on with right now, you might even be able to fit it into a big jacket pocket. I have like a pouch pocket in one of my travel jackets that I love using. Plus at 28 millimeters, you could go down handheld as low as like 1/30th of a second and just jack up your ISO as high as you need. You can take cool photos of scenes, landscapes, cool photos of cars with minimal distortion or a good amount of distortion depending where you're standing at. Also, if you like traveling with a sling bag, you can just throw this in your camera and be out, in and out, ready to shoot. It's got a super affordable filter thread size of 55 millimeters instead of something huge and pricier like 77 millimeters. So you could go ahead and get a dedicated filter for this, and it's pretty chill. I recommend doing that. Generally speaking, you want your shutter speed to be a little rounded up higher than what your focal length is. And if you're shooting with an 85 millimeter, you want to shoot maybe at like 1/100th of a second. Some other reasons why this is such a great travel lens is it doesn't look professional. Like drunk tourists aren't gonna ask you for a photo maybe, because you look so amateur with it. You only look like kind of a tourist, not even that rich. It's not all huge and attention getting like an 80 to 200. But you can take some crazy travel photos with a setup like this. But if that's your style, thug life it, be safe and get some awesome shots, don't get shot. Also, I might travel to places where there's a safety risk, like San Francisco, LA, Fresno, New York City, Chicago, Texas, parts of New Orleans. And if there's no safety risk, it sometimes just feels rude to walk around with a big old lens. Maybe you don't want to look like you have too much money on you. Plus, if someone does try to rob you, international and local laws might try to punish you for beating the shit out of a would-be thief. So that kind of sucks. So just try to fight it out and run away. Don't call nobody. But I don't condone any of that allegedly. But I'm gonna still go to Japan, Italy, Paris, Hawaii though. You just have to immediately run. Also, I'm kind of short and approachable. Like if you saw me, you might say hi. but not today. Also, if I'm wearing a sweater, a taller yet scrawnier thief might not be able to tell that I got protruding traps, big biceps, dump truck. I don't want to hurt nobody, but like, they don't know that the only real fight I've been in, I made the other guy cry, and that was with a left jab, and I'm not even left-handed, so who's the safety risk? No. No. Anyway, get a job. If you're looking to get one, I super highly recommend it. I don't know if I convinced you to add to cart. Your local camera store probably has one. So get off the toilet, lávate las manos, and let me know where you're gonna take this thing on vacation. Maybe you could throw me into the overhead compartment. I'd probably fit, bro. Yeah, anyway, y'all take care and shoot responsibly. Yeah, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Agustin Tenor Urbano. We're out here again with another video. I'm a Bachelor of Science, marketing major. Been shooting portraits since 2014. Photography for fun since I was a kid with an iPhone 3G. Check out my website, auhtml.com. That's like my portfolio. I shoot a bunch of stuff, has links to everything. Because I know at Agustin Urbano _ is a long ass username. You can visit auhtml.com. I got links to everything. Check it out. Thanks for watching, and yeah. Yeah, what's up? If any of you guys were concerned about me wearing the Argentina shirt, guten Tag. Neta, ni me gusta o ni me interesa el fútbol. Esa playera fue regalo de mi mamá y papá cuando ellos fueron a Argentina, Buenos Aires. Pero And yeah, hopefully you guys got some knowledge or whatever out of this. Maybe you discovered the crop mode. I discovered the crop mode on accident, so I'm happy to show you guys how to use it on purpose. And yeah, you guys take care and peace.